So your top is looking like a top. There's not a lot more to do. So in this step, we're going to baste down your shoulder straps. Now, one thing to consider when you're doing this or before you do this is you have on your shoulder straps the folded edge, which was the center, and the edge where the two folds come together. I normally turn the folded edge to be on the outside, so away from my neck. So that's just a personal preference. It's up to you what you would like to do. The other thing is, if you're using a print like what I am with the stripes, you might want to think about which way you want like the pattern to show up. So these straps that I've made, they both have a white side and a pink side, and I want the pink side to show up. So I'm going to place the pink side down when I baste these in place. And there's enough strap length to just leave a little bit overhanging when you baste those down. So a basting stitch is just a longer stitch than your normal stitch. Because if you need to unpick it, or if you will be unpicking it, it's a lot easier to do if it's a longer stitch than a short, like your normal sewing stitch. So for me, I use the longer stitch on my machine, which is a 5. So I'm just going to baste these down. And you want to keep the basting stitch here inside the seam allowance. So the seam allowance is 1 centimeter. It's 1.5 centimeters. I'm going to baste at 1 centimeter. When it comes to basting the shoulder straps down at the back, we just need to think about which way the straps will be facing. So I want you to be able to see this. I'm just lifting my shoulder strap up how it would sit when the garment's finished. And I'm going to flip it over to the back here, and I actually haven't marked yet, so I'll have to do that in a sec. So here's my right side, and when I baste it down, I'm going to have to turn the right side down. Now it's helpful for me because these have a different color, so that pink side is the part that's going up, and the white side is the part that'll be touching my shoulder. So right sides together. So I baste it here. Let's show you that again. So from the front, this is the pink side, is the part of the shoulder strap I want to see. So I've gone right sides together, and that's actually come undone because I'm playing with it. I'll just put a pin in it. So right sides together, I've basted it. Now it's going to go over my shoulder. So if I come to the back and I can think, okay, this is going over my shoulder, but that end has to go into the seam allowance. So I go right sides together. And then when we are folding the strap out of the way to put the facing on, you're literally just going to fold it down sort of under where your arm, or under your arm, where it would sit like that, just to keep it out of the way while you stitch on your facing. The reason I made the shoulder straps so long, I know a lot of people have asked me to have a guide for the size, is that because I have never bought a pattern with shoulder straps where the shoulder straps have fit me ever. And I, even though I'm quite tall, I tend to take the shoulder straps in quite a lot. So because I'm always testing shoulder straps anyway, and unless you've done a muslin, so you already know, I do recommend that you just baste these on. We're not going to sew the facing here. Try the top on. It's going to vary because of your height, because of your bust size, and then you can just adjust the strap so that it fits you exactly how you want it, and then sew it down.